Let's start your claim. What is your category of travel? You will always choose PCS. What type of user are you? You will always choose active duty. What local finance office are you submitting from? This can be tricky because you must choose the office that you are PCSing to, so the installation that you are PCSing to. Once you're done with user type, you will save and continue. Now we're going to go through your initial information. Your travel order authorization number should be listed in the top left-hand corner of your legacy order or your IPSE order. You have the option to upload documents. You can either upload documents here, or there's another tab towards the end of the claim where you can upload documents there. If you decide to upload documents at any time, you must make sure that you choose first orders and amendments. If you do not choose orders and amendments, once your claim is submitted to your local AMPO, we will not be able to sign it because you must have orders and amendments and leave form in the claim in order for it to process through DFAS and your local AMPO. You have other options and other tabs that you can use that you can upload other documents. You can also choose just to upload all documents under orders and amendments. What is the issue date on the order? That is in the top right-hand corner of your legacy order or your IPSE order. Your direct deposit information will already be in the system. Did you ship household goods? Yes or no? Are you claiming dislocation allowance? If you are a single soldier E5 below, you are not authorized DLA. DLA is based upon your dependency status and your rank, and it helps offset the cost of you moving to your next duty station. If you took DLA as an advance, you must choose yes. If you do not choose yes, what will happen is DFAS will take the money back. Make sure that you choose yes if you took DLA as an advance. If you did not take DLA as an advance, you must also choose yes. Otherwise, you will not get DLA. TLE, temporary lodging expense, in the vicinity of losing and gaining duty station. If you're coming from overseas, you are only authorized TLE at your gaining duty station. If you are E5 and below, single, you are not authorized TLE. TLE is not hotels en route. Again, TLE is at your losing or gaining duty station. The max is now 14 days. You must be done with your 14 days before you submit for your TLE. So you may have to do a supplemental voucher if you are still in a hotel at the time of doing your claim. If you are taking TLE and you are done, you will choose yes. Marital status, single, married, or dual military. Did you perform TDY en route? TDY en route is a school. TDY en route is not a trap. If you took TDY en route and now you need to finish that claim, you would choose yes. You would also choose yes here. For now, we are going to choose no. We're going to continue with this claim as a single soldier. Hit save and continue. Advances. We will skip this part and save and continue. Now let's go on to your personal information. You will go ahead and fill out this information. If this is your first time filling out the claim, this information will not be in here. So you will go ahead and fill out that information. You will also go ahead and fill out an address where you can receive mail. You will also put your unit of assignment and a good phone number for us to reach you and a good email address. If you have a government travel card, you can either choose yes or choose no. Hit save and continue. In this scenario, we are single, so we will not go into that information. So you will just go ahead and once you get to this tab, you will keep it as a no and hit save and continue. When you move into the itinerary information, you will see some instructions. you will go down to the very bottom and you will go ahead and start your itinerary. Once you click that banner, it'll then bring you to the itinerary information. Here's where you capture leaving your last duty station and going to your new duty station. In order to add any information to the itinerary, you must click Add Itinerary Information. Once you do that, it'll bring up this tab here. On what day did you begin your travel? DFAS wants you to start on the day you began your travel. Fort Campbell would like you to start when did you leave your last duty station, your losing duty station. This way we can capture what is on your legacy leave form or your IPSA leave form from start to finish. From what city or what country did you depart from? We're going to stay local in the U.S. This will be your last duty station. If you're coming from ATRAP or took leave en route, you will not start from your leave location. You must start from your last duty station. By what mode of transportation did you travel? If you took a plane, you would take a plane. If you took an automobile, you would do automobile. Let's do the automobile scenario. Did you own and operate the vehicle? You must say yes. How many vehicles did you drive? If you were single, you drive one. And were you the operator of the vehicle? You must say yes in order to get the mileage. Was this a leg from a terminal? In this case, in this scenario, you would say no. Let's go back and let's talk about if you flew. So let's say that you flew from your last duty station to your new duty station. If you're coming from AIT, you probably were either bused or maybe you had the opportunity to take an Uber, Lyft, shuttle, or a cab to the next duty station. What you would do in that scenario is you would pick automobile. You would pick were you personally responsible for operating the vehicle, which would be no. Did the government own the vehicle? You would say no. And then it's going to ask you, did you personally pay for the automobile? In this case, you would say yes. Then it was going to ask you what date did the expense occur, which would be the date that you actually traveled. And then you would put the cost of the expense. And then you would say whether you used your government travel card or not. Let's continue on with flying. Once you got to the airport or once you get to the airport, it's going to ask you a series of questions. Did the government own the plane? If the government owned the plane and you were centrally billed account and no money came out of your pocket, then you would say yes. And then you would hit save and continue. If you used your government travel card to pay for the airfare, then you would say that the government did not own the airplane, and then it's going to ask you a series of questions. Keep in mind that going on ATRAP, hometown recruiting, and having to pay for your ticket, in most cases, is not reimbursable. What date did you arrive to your destination? If you arrived to your leave location, whatever day that is, you would pick that date. If coming to Fort Campbell is your mission complete, and that's when you signed in to your last duty station, let's say you did it in one day, then you would go ahead and put that you arrived at your next duty station in one day. However, if you fly, most of the time you need to take a taxi, shuttle, cab, Lyft, or Uber to the location from the airport. In this case, what we're going to say is you got to your destination in one day. If you flew into Nashville, we're going to have you pick Nashville. Your reason for stop coming to Nashville would be awaiting transportation. You did not incur any lodging costs in Nashville. Even if you did, you would not be reimbursed. Then what we're going to do is add more information. You're going to put that you left Nashville the same day, and then your mode of travel. If you took a taxi, shuttle, cab, Lyft, or Uber, you would pick automobile. If your friend or loved one came to pick you up, you would pick automobile. If you drove a vehicle, like rented a car, then you would say yes. If your friend or loved one came to pick you up or took a taxi, shuttle, Uber, or a cab, you would pick no. From here, you would pick yes, and then you would also choose the date that the expense occurred, and then you would put the cost of the expense for your taxi, shuttle, cab, Lyft, or Uber. You either say yes or no to the government travel card, and then next, you would put what date did you get to Fort Campbell. This would be the date that you signed into Fort Campbell, Kentucky. In this scenario, you made it there to Fort Campbell, Kentucky in 1 day. Arriving to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, or arriving to your new duty station is a mission complete. You did not drop off or store a vehicle. That completes a single soldier 1 day travel from losing duty station to gaining duty station. You would then hit save and continue. In this scenario here, it's going to ask you about reimbursable expenses. Taxi, shuttle, cab, Lyft, or Uber can be put in your reimbursable expenses box. No gas, no food, no lodging, and no hotel receipts will go in this section. You have the option to upload your orders again, and then you'll hit save and continue. If you had a government travel card and you said yes, it would give you the option to put a split disbursement number in that box, and then you would hit save and continue again. Smart Voucher gives you a summary of everything that you put in to the voucher before it creates the 1351-2. Before you submit to your local AMPO by hitting sign, please make sure that you view everything. This will show you the 1351-2 that was generated. It will also show any documents that you have uploaded.